Hey guys, it's Dawn here, and I'm sick. I've got a headache, and I don't know, I haven't slept, but I want to show you where I'm at with my wool project. I've been teaching myself how to process raw wool, and now I'm actually spinning it and stuff like that. So I wanted to show you what I do, and once again, do not learn this stuff from me. I am teaching myself, and I am making a process on my own, and because I like to make do with as cheap of stuff as possible and all that. So you watch my stuff to kind of like just more for the different way that I think, not to do it properly. To do it properly, you need to go watch other people's videos for that, all right? So we're on the same page here. So I start out with raw wool that is disgusting, and I've washed it. There's actually some black in there and browns and stuff. I've washed it, I've dried it. Some pieces look okay, but it's still all nappy and gross, right? Oh, some really gross pieces all up in here. Well, this is a brown and black piece, so that makes it look even more gross. But this is completely like nappy and nasty, right? And still dusty and still full of crud. So right now, the thing is, how do I get this nasty and all? I mean, it is completely filled with shavings and vegetable matter and twigs and leaves and everything. It's all matted up in here, okay? So how do I turn it from this matted mess to something that I can work with? And what we do is we need to get some brushes and brush this out. Oh, if you keep saying that stuff, it dumps all of this dirt and stuff out. So usually I'll take a nice thin, this is a baby blanket. It's a gauze blanket. I can't remember the name of it right now, but it's just a really lightweight, thin blanket, and I'll put that over myself when I work, because otherwise I will be completely caked in that nastiness. So what I first did, and you saw in my other video, I went and got 2 brushes from the dollar store, wire brushes. And the only problem is that these are very, very small, and I have a ton of wool to work with. So that was the only problem with these, but I was able to make the wool nice with these, okay? So those are okay, but because they were so small, I decided that I wanted to really continue to do this because I enjoyed it. So then I went to Walmart and I bought these ones, and they were $5 each, and there's no name on them. But these ones are a little bit larger, and that size difference actually helps. And it's a little bit larger than even this one that I already had on hand, which is nice. And they have a slight curve to it, so it's actually perfect. 2 of these at least, or more. And then I also found these at Walmart. The proper ones of these combs, they're all so expensive. That's the problem. It's like $200, you know? So these were $5 a piece, and these were $5 a piece. And this makes it a lot easier. So what I was doing is I take one of these, and I take some of my raw wool, and I just brush it out onto here. And this is like the very, very first step. And I kind of hold it tight in this hand as I just fill up this comb. And this comb is great because I can start picking out large chunks of gunk, and I can start spreading the fibers. So all of the fibers that are all matted together, I'm just going to pick those and tease them apart and tease all of the mats out of them. So then very quickly, I'm just loading up this brush, and then you got this, which is already an improvement. So step one is already improved. Then I take my second one. Now these are so handy that I actually ordered more, and I went to Amazon and I found a 3-pack for, I don't remember how much, but it was a 3-pack for real cheap. I think it was 3-pack for $7 or $6 or something like that. It came out to be, I don't know, $2-3 for each of these pick combs. So because, and the reason why is because, okay, this one was number 1. This one is now number 2. Now number 2 looks great on this side, but it's still nappy on this side. So I would like a number 3 to pick out this side, and then maybe a number 4, number 5, and just keep moving down the line. But since I only have 2, then I'm just gonna go straight into this brush. And this is a piece that didn't get combed, so and then I'm just going to start brushing. And now there is a technique with these brushes. When I want to load up the comb, I'm now doing it like this, and then when I want to unload the comb and when I want to lift it and stuff like that. So the different way you do this, and you definitely want all of this fluff, you want that fluff to go up and then come down. Oops, took too big a bite. Come down real lightly. Right on these tips is kind of what you're aiming for. But right now, all I'm trying to do is load up this brush. So now this one is loaded up, and I can see some, and each step I am just picking out stuff, and stuff is just falling off. So this was wire brush number 1, and now I am on to wire brush number 2. Now with the 2 wire brushes, I can actually start really combing them apart and picking out stuff, and if I'm lucky, then I get a nice, but this one is still, I can still see little cruddies in there, so that's when a 3rd time would be nice. You get it, you do it until you get something like this, and now this is ready to use. So before, what I was doing was I would go ahead and peel this off, and then what I was doing was I just have this one little tiny piece, and then I'd lay it down, and then I just keep making these and laying them on top of each other, or stacking them and laying them, and then I'd make this big thing, and then from there then I would make roving with my diz, right? And I showed you that in the last video. But now I got actual carders. These are real carders. These are real, the real ones that you're supposed to use. And I got antique ones, genuine antique ones. And it says the only genuine old Whitmore patent improved number 8 wool, L.S. Watson and Company, Leicester, Massachusetts. I don't know. But, oh, can you see that? But anyways, this thing is huge. So remember, I was doing my little dollar brush, and then I was doing it with this brush, but look, this one is so huge. Now the problem with this, oh, so I got this from an Etsy lady where it's the antique one, and then she put on a new card cloth on it so that now it's usable, right? But the problem is that because this is so wide and my wrist is on the middle. A lot of people say that it hurts their wrists, and I can see why, because this has a tendency, you have to really stabilize, because it has a tendency to want to twist when you're doing it, and that all of these little movements done with repetitive force is going to hurt your tendons and ligaments. Your TFCC ligament in there is very important as a stabilizer, and I've torn both of mine. So point is, it's kind of hard to do because you've got so much surface area full of teeth, and wool has a tension, and you're trying to pull. It's just a lot. So the way that I am doing it is I take my little pieces, and then I actually just put them on here. But, oops, I shouldn't have taken that one out. Let me make this one real quick, and I'll show you how I start it. This one just needs one more comb, and then it's ready. And while I'm combing this one, right now, I'm just pulling everything apart. Now I'm gonna load it back on. So this is a different motion. Because I'm loading my left hand one so that I can pick through it again. And now I'm gonna pick through it again and pull it all off of my left hand, or my top hand. There, I'm picking it all off, and now it's back to here. It's still not great, but oh well. So what I do is then I just take this, and now I brush it onto here. So this is another carding or brushing, and I can get even more filtering with this step. And also what I'm doing is I am now creating a larger piece. So this one will take about 4 of these. So I've done one, and then I'll load these up again, pack it in some more, and I try to make it all nice and even and all that, and then I'll make that'll be 2, and then I'll make 2 more pieces after this is all 2 to load it completely, then some more just laying on top. So oops, oh, that does not want to come off now. So then I end up with this. Okay, this is completely loaded up, and then there's also 2 separate pieces. And I just do that just because you don't have to do any of this this way. And then this comb, just set this up against me, and I'm just gonna lift it up. You can lift it up with your fingers. I don't know, maybe it's because this card cloth is so brand new or what, but it is sharp. And I don't know, it's just really strong and really sharp. It's a lot harder for me to touch because I have sensory issues than the dog combs. So then I get this, which is actually really nice, and you notice it's one big long piece, right? And this is a lot different than back when I was just getting these pieces and having to put it together, because now I've got this piece, and you can roll it as you take it out or whatever, but right now I'm just taking them out like this, and then what's happening is I'm just ending up with all of these strips like that. See, isn't that nice? So now I can work with this, or I can put it through the Diz. And so when I put it through the Diz, and I made the other Diz that I used in my other video was way too large. So I made this new one because you can buy them, but this is just a button. This is just a button, and it has a shiny, smooth side. The other side is not smooth, but that's okay. And then I just drilled a hole, into there. This hole is a much better sized hole. But even this one is a little bit too large for thread, but it doesn't matter. I can always draft it out some more. But now I'm looking for cool things like shell or rock or antler or whatever, because I want to make some pretty ones of these. Oh, this is now my bag for carrying spinning stuff that I want to take with me. So my Diz has to go in there. So I run it through the Diz, and then when I run it through the Diz, then basically I'm turning this rectangle, which was the exact shape of this, and now I turn it into roving. So roving is longer and skinnier and a lot closer to what when I spin. Okay, so this is all done. Now I have a piece of nice roving to work with, and then I can spin. So then I showed you the drop spindle last time, and I love my drop spindle. And here is some more that I've made, some threads. And with this particular one, I'm making thicker thread or thicker cordage. I'll just show you real quick. See, isn't that nice thread? And then I still have to ply it. So, but this, I love these drop spindles, and I got more. And the whole thing is just awesome. You know, the rhythm of it, the pad, everything is just like, you know, helps like meditating and everything. Right now I'm not spinning, I'm just showing you the spin action of this, because it is just addicting. So I got good with the drop spindle, and then I wanted to try some other stuff. So the other one, where did I put that? Well, I'll show you this bigger one. So then I got a Turkish spindle, and this Turkish spindle I've fallen in love with. Everything's a mess. Okay, this is all messed up right now, but I'm just going to show you how it spins. A Turkish spindle has a little cross or an X. It has arms, and then it has the spindle part, and then you can spin it like this. It'd be cool if you could see how it looks from down below, or you can also spin from the top and everything, and it's just really cool. But the cool thing about this one is you make a center pole ball of yarn out of this because of this pattern over here, and then you can just pop it out, and then you can use that. Now where did I, oh, there you go. I show you now. And the other cool thing about it is you can take this one apart and it becomes extremely portable, because this is all that there is to it, all in different sizes. So you've got your shaft to the spindle, and then you got a fat arm and a skinny arm, and this one is from Snyder. And then you line up the holes, and then you shove the thingy in, secure it, and then it spins. So super compact, right? Pack this in a container with all the wool that you want, and then you've got a whole thing to go spinning with, right, for the day. Other containers that I want digging now. So this container works for my smaller Turkish spindle, and it's just a tin can for tea. And also even this one, and I'm now on the hunt for other stuff. This is my little tiny one, and this one will actually, oh, sorry, got to do it upside down. This will actually drop in there with plenty of room to stuff roving and wool, extra wool in there, because, so yeah, that works. This is a little heavy though. The plastic, something plastic is a lot lighter, and I can even get away because there's a lot of room. There's a lot of room in this one, but I don't know, you get the idea. But this is what I'm talking about. Let's see, what should I do here? Guess I'll take this off. I'm trying to show you this pattern. I hope you can see that pattern. I'll try to take a picture and post it in case this doesn't come across. But you see that pattern, and then you see how thin this thread is. So this one is super thin, and oops, I just unwound everything. But that's fine. I'm just gonna show you how it spins real quick. Whoa, why y'all wonky right now? You can grab it from the top and give it a twist, or you can grab it from the bottom and give it a twist. I'm going the other direction, so I'm not over twisting what I already have here. And then you just wind it on. And it's just so tiny and cute and adorable. And then you've got this pattern that you got to do as well, and it's just great. So I am actually gonna put this away, so I gotta wind you up real quick. But so that is where I'm at right now. All of the different brushes that I'm using. I'm able to get away with doing this still really cheap, just in the mere fact that even though I got the antique carders, these things, that was actually pretty cheap because I got it from an Etsy lady, and it was $55 plus $10 shipping, and it was $35 just for the card cloth. And the antique carders off of eBay were, I don't know, you can get them for maybe 20 bucks. So for her to do the work for me, to put on the new cloth and everything, and the whole thing being $65 shipped to my door, that was fine. And I couldn't find brand new one. I think I found brand new ones that were that price, but they were seconds, and the antique ones has a little bit more character, right? So anyways, that's it, and I hope you had fun watching that. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.